if it gets to November and they do another Pokemon Direct and they show Legends Arceus and it looks really like what I'm imagining in my head right now, I am pre-ordering that game for sure.
Yeah. And you know, to an extent, right now we have more questions than we do answers about both games.
Which is why people need to calm the down.
I'm just glad I know it's happening. It's something to look forward to.
At least Nintendo are using a company that they trust with their material.
Absolutely. They have been given this game to make. They are playing it safe. And while the graphics aren't necessarily... Oh god. I think I'm about to lose...
What?
I just did. Counter from Heracross.
Oh, beans, mate!
He's gone. Bloody counter.
Frickin' counter, man.
Should have switched out to Torkoal. Oh, I can't believe I lost.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you. Whenever you're finding this video, you cheeky little cherub. I see you. Do you see this new layout? Sexy, innit? I mean, that's what I'd... Hey, Callum.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just hyped about my new setup. It looks so good in the camera. Will, go full screen.
Maybe you'll actually do it this time.
Shut up. I always forget to do the in-episode edits. But yes, guys, welcome back to the Hard Gold Soul Silver Randomized Nuzlocke versus with TrainerCallum. TrainerCallum, how are you doing this fine evening?
I am good, I'm good. Ready to talk about more BDSP. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We were just discussing it between episodes and I realised we were saying a lot of stuff that would be interesting in the video.
Content talk.
It's all
yes,
about
we're
the
going to be...
content.
It's all about the content. He said, like, before we started recording, saying, I don't like social media, I don't see the point, but it's all about the content. Right, let's start this episode, and today we're going to be talking about, mainly, Legends of Arceus. Let's go, Callum.
Yeah. Cool, so are we going? Yeah.
Yes, I'm going into the Elite Four underleveled. Send help.
Nice.
Oh, I've got beer downstairs to drown my sorrows, it's fine.
So yeah, Legends Arceus revealed immediately after
yes.
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. They knew what they were doing with this reveal, you know, as I said...
It was literally, it was like, but there's one more thing, and everyone just went, what?
Exactly, yeah. As I said in the last episode, you know, I think under normal circumstances it would not have been revealed this early. Pokemon has actually almost never been revealed this early. Only time I think they've been quicker is with Gold and Silver, but that's because they got massively delayed.
Yes.
So yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, attaching the trailers and having the but there's another story or something like that, I think was very much in there because they were like, look, people are going to have strong reactions to this. It's not what they're expecting. But...
I think it was to cover their own ass to go, especially because, as we discussed, it's a third-party company doing BDSP. So they've gone, right, we're doing this game to this company, but we're doing a thing as well. Look at the thing we're doing.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
As we discussed in every episode, they're putting all their manpower into Arceus. Arceus?
Yeah, it's tough. As a small little side note, here's something just I found very interesting that I read recently. Is that they deliberately occasionally change up the pronunciation of Pokemon's names because it's meant to be however you interpret it. So you'll have the anime itself give different pronunciations in different episodes for certain Pokemon and things like that. And they're like, yeah, we're not fussed about having official pronunciations for Pokemon. So, you know, in the anime and in this trailer, they say Arceus. However, in some other media, in some episodes of the anime, and in the Detective Pikachu movie, they said Arceus. So, pick.
Interesting. Did not know. Huh. But yes, in Legends of yes. Honestly, you look at it and go, this is the game everyone has been dreaming about since it's since Breath of the Wild, really. People saw Breath of the Wild and went, that's what we want. And what was that? 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Coming up. Yeah, it was 4 years ago.
Yeah, so for 4 years, people are going, why can't we get Pokemon like that? And now we have.
Yeah, I mean, there were even, you know, for years we've been seeing people put up pictures on Reddit of a screenshot of Breath of the Wild with a poorly rendered red photoshopped on top. People saying this is what Pokemon should be.
Oh, Cam, I'm just going to stop you. I'm just going to stop. I'm having a proper dilemma because, as we said at the end of the last episode, I got level 39s in my team. I don't want to go in. I don't want to commit to it yet. But also, I don't want to grind for a whole another episode. Do I? I think I'm... Yes, because we've got a lot to talk about. It's going to be interesting conversations. I can afford an episode of grinding. Christ. Actually, as well, because we were talking about how far you are behind, I spent a whole episode going to get Ho-Oh. And getting Lugia is even more of a pain in the ass. So actually, if you don't get Lugia, you can catch Rhino.
Yeah. What level is the legendary? What level
45.
That would be useful. But I guess I'm kind of okay with my current team, and if I lose to the Elite Four, if I lose to the Elite Four, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, do you want the leisure or do you want to catch up, man?
Fair point.
Yes, but now that's covered, and the advantage I have. Also, because I got a lucky egg, actually grinding shouldn't take as long as I hope.
That's true.
Episode. But yes, sorry, back to Arceus, Arceus, Steve. Yeah.
Yes, Steve. To all the people who are freaking out about the performance issues, chill out for a sec.
I did notice at one point in the trailer it started like dropping frames. I was
there are a few noticeable points where the whole game drops frames, and there is one in particular where the game seems to be running okay, but 𝐿𝐼𝐿 is moving at 2 frames a second. I'm not super fussed about that right now.
This is the beta stage.
Yeah, and you know, I do understand. You know, Sword and Shield, when you connected to the internet, ran like dog shit.
Yeah, the wild area just went...
Oh my god, it's absolutely ridiculous just how much it chugs. So I understand people's concerns. And those concerns will be perfectly valid when we are closer to launch. Right now, It's just kind of like... It's early on, it's not out till next year. It was very clearly early footage. And while a year is not massively long, those of you who do follow leaks and stuff of older Pokemon stuff will know that we have seen beta versions of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and Sword and Shield that were leaked last year from the huge, what did they call it, the Nintendo Super Leak or whatever they called it. We've seen very early beta versions, and the version of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee that was dated like March, so like 6-7 months before release, was quite bare bones in a lot of ways. To the point where I almost didn't believe that that was from the same year it came out. A lot does happen in a year. As I say, I would like if they delayed it. I wouldn't be surprised if they delayed it to the end of 2022.
Yeah, it is. They're gonna put out. They're gonna put out another Pokemon Presents or Pokemon Direct, whatever you want to call it. Probably in October for when the game's released in probably November, as per. So at that point, if they show more footage of Legend Arceus, then you are right to have an opinion going, this has got 3 months till release.
Yeah.
Should they delay it? But right now, it's the beta stages, people.
Totally. You know, for now, they've shown this release date because, well, you know, I think they would like to give us the double whammy of like, hey, if you don't like how Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl look, don't worry. Just a few months later, you'll be playing this cool other Sinnoh game that is much more what you want. fair.
Yep.
Whether it will actually go down like that.
No, because people will be like, as we have said, the Pokemon fan base are very opinionated when they don't like what they don't like. But it is, they will play Diamond and Pearl. They'll buy Diamond and Pearl anyway, despite bad-mouthing it. I don't think it looks great, and I've said in the break, I'm going to wait till reviews or walkthroughs and gameplay goes up and make my decision then. I'm not going to pre-order it. However, if it gets to November and they do another Pokemon Direct and they show Legends Arceus and it looks really like what I'm imagining in my head right now, I am pre-ordering that game. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Not a second thought in my mind.
And you know, to an extent, right now we have more questions than we do answers.
Yep.
Which
is why people
both
need
games.
to calm the fuck down.
But you know what? Like, I'm just glad I know it's happening. It's something to look forward to. And, you know, the reason I was saying in the break to Will that I'm so tired of the Pokemon community is because everyone freaking out on social media about how Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl look. I don't know, it's just kind of... As I said in the last episode, you've been complaining about the graphics of Sword and Shield for 2 years, and now you're surprised that Game Freak thought, oh, we probably shouldn't give them Sword and Shield graphics because they hated that. That's a fair response, I think. I think 𝐂𝐿𝐾 being a mostly CGI studio who have never developed a proper game themselves before. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, strong Whiscash. Who have never developed their own game before. We hear that they worked on Pokemon Home. That's not on their website, so maybe there are a bunch of projects they've been involved in.
But then also you got to take that with a pinch of salt, because Pokemon Home is an interactive app to store to use it. It's not actually a game. Two very different things. So it's
absolutely.
Like at least Nintendo are using a company that they trust with their material.
Absolutely.
And
that's
what you gotta bear in mind.
I do think that, look, 𝐿𝐾's a bit inexperienced, but fact of the matter is, whether it seems like they should have or not, they have been given this game to make. They are playing it safe. And while the graphics aren't necessarily playing it safe, their job... Oh, God. I think I'm about to lose 𝗋𝐼𝐿 2.
What?
I just did. Counter from Heracross.
Oh, beans, mate!
Strong Boy's gone.
How long have you had him?
Since basically the beginning of the game. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was one of my first captures.
Bloody hell. Freaking
Bloody
counter, man.
Counter.
Oh.
Should have switched out to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Oh, I can't believe I lost Strong Boy. Shit.
Hurts.
What type is Nidoqueen?
Poison ground.
Poison ground.
So hit it with an ice.
Do I have anything with an ice attack? Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, you do. Oh, Jesus. God, that's caught me off guard. Goddamn, whatever your name is, gym leader.
Oh, that was against the gym leader as well. Oh, bro, you're so close to getting out of that gym unscathed.
Yeah, that's really annoying. I am going to have to go get Lugia, I think. Well, but then I'll just definitely lose.
I mean, the thing is, so obviously when we finish this, so recording this episode, another episode, you've then got a week to grind up another mon to take its place. So if you don't want to go get Lugia, just grind up another mon. I'll allow it.
Is that
You're
something
welcome.
we're doing? Okay.
I'll allow it, because, you know what, if you don't want to get Lugia, that's an absolute pain in the dick that you then have to spend an episode going to get. And that removes the competition. I want you to be back here. I want you to put pressure on me. That isn't the BDSM bit we were going to talk about last week.
Oh, God.
You had to watch last episode to get that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think seeing everyone complain about it, I'm like, for years now, you've complained every time they've revealed a Pokemon game and it's followed the gym Pokemon League formula, and you'd be like, why won't they just change things up? Oh my god,
And then
this, that, and the other.
they release Sun and Moon with we're not doing gyms, we're doing trials now, you're going to make your way through that, and then went, what happened to gyms? You just said you were tired of the formula.
Everyone was like, wait, but there's no gyms and there's no Pokemon League? I'm confused. And then, yeah, Sword and Shield, everyone's like, it's not an evolution enough. The wild areas may be a start, but we really wanted open world. And then an open world game is announced, and they're like, frame rate's not quite there. And you're like, swear to God. Like, chill.
Just let them catch their breath, okay? Alright?
So just look, they're trying, okay? And I appreciate that. And as I say, look, even if Legends Arceus isn't perfect and it is rough around the edges, and we're like, look, it's not Breath of the Wild. You know what? Fine. It's their first attempt at this. You've got to remember that Game Freak is not Nintendo. They are not owned by Nintendo. They're an independent company. They own a third of the Pokemon IP. Nintendo own a third of the Pokemon IP, and Creatures Inc. own a third of the Nintendo IP. Game Freak is not Nintendo. It helps, I think, that they have moved into the same building as Nintendo headquarters. I think that is useful. I also think that was deliberate. But Nintendo has a lot more resource behind them. Don't get me wrong, I'm not pretending that Game Freak is some tiny little independent company that has no money. They make an awful lot of money from these games. They are a smaller studio, and they are significantly less experienced, because for years they've been making these RPGs. Because remember, they stuck to handhelds for years. And this generation they've been thrust onto a home console, and everyone expected them to turn around and make... okay, look, if we're comparing it to Breath of the Wild, remember how when Breath of the Wild was revealed, everyone compared it to Zelda. Skyrim.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh, it's basically Zelda Skyrim.
It's a kid's Skyrim. Yeah.
And so using that analogy, why everyone thought these developers who had been making basically purely handheld games for 20-something years would then turn around and make a Skyrim-level game is a bit crazy.
It is just... You gotta... There's managing expectations, and then there's knowing what is possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think they're almost one of the same, but they're very much not. Manage your own expectations is, what do you want from a game? That's it. Mm-hmm. But then you also have to think about what is physically possible. And then that's how high you should set those expectations.
Totally. And I just think, I get it, you want the world, but I think, let's be a little understanding that Game Freak is somewhat new to home console development. And, they're taking the open world step, I think, sooner than a lot of us expected. And it is going to be an experiment. They're not going to, without gyms and the standard rigmarole of a Pokemon game. I am extremely curious and excited to see what they're going to do.
Do you know what I'm curious about?
What's that?
Who's going to pick Oshawott?
Right. I thought the same thing. I was looking at it like, I haven't decided yet between Cyndaquil and Rowlet, but I was like, those are the choices though, aren't they? Like...
But yeah, you're right. I mean, completely intrigued to go. You get your Startermon, and then as much as... Is it just going to be Pokemon but without the gyms, essentially? Gotta catch them all. But then how will they integrate that and keep it interesting and keep you on your toes? And what storyline will there be?
Exactly. What's driving you? What is driving the game if it's not the Pokemon League? And that's going to be interesting to see. Because,
you know what? I could stop this versus right now and go, right, Callum, you catch up, I'm going to go catch them all. Because I can do that in this game. So what's going to make Arceus so special? That's what we need to know.
Yeah. And I hope we learn more about Arceus as well. I think what's really interesting here, I think this is a really good chance to get a proper story-focused game where Because a lot of the lore we have from Pokemon is from Pokedex entries and little readings here and there. To get an actual game that is kind of focused on it, I think is super cool.
Yeah.
One thing I also want to make clear, I'm not saying that you can't criticize Game Freak. I'm not saying that you can't criticize these games. What I am saying is, fuck you, this fucking sucks, is not criticism. What do you expect Game Freak to do with that? You spend 2 years going, I fucking hate Sword and Shield, where are all the Pokemon, fuck this stupid fucking game, look at this tree. That's not really criticism. They can go and be like, okay, this is what we're fixing. So by all means, there is stuff to criticize. You are allowed to be concerned. But I think at the moment, there's also nothing wrong with just being happy that it's a thing. And being excited to see what it is. I think it's really cool. I am curious how...
the thing is as well, with it being on console as well, it's much easier for them to issue patches.
Yep.
So, bear that in mind as well. If release date, the release date game isn't what you expect, they can always patch it in 6 weeks. Okay?
And hey, I think realistically, anyone who has played through the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra will tell you the Pokemon Sword and Shield dramatically improved with those DLCs.
Really?
Don't get me wrong. You shouldn't need DLC to improve your game. But the fact of the matter is it did. And it does mean Game Freak were listening. Yeah, they didn't manage to get all the Pokemon in by the end. And yes, I don't think it was a creative choice, like they said. I do think they were kind of rushed to get those games out. On top of that, I'm willing to bet you right now, Pokemon Legends Arceus will not have every Pokemon in it.
But there was in the trailer Porygon Z. Porygon Z wasn't in Diamond and Pearl, it was in Platinum. So is it going to have Platinum's dex? Or are you going to catch... It's going to have Diamond and Pearl's dex, so you're going to catch all 2 Fire-type Pokemon.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. That's where I think Platinum changes might come into play in terms of accessible Pokemon. I do genuinely think, maximum, there are going to be 493 Pokemon in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I don't think we're getting anything post-Gen 4. Unlike every previous remake. That is the big difference that will maybe disappoint me between this and previous remakes.
Wait, what exactly?
That it won't feature Pokemon past Gen 4.
But then you got to bear in mind the Dexit people. Like, at least with this game, they could be going, no, this is Sinnoh. Like, these are all the Pokemon that would have technically been discovered up till... Well, but then it's set in the past, so you can't say what's been discovered and what hasn't.
Oh, to be fair, so I'm talking slightly differently here in terms of Legends and BDSP. So BDSP, I think, is going to be limited purely to up to Sinnoh. And that is different from previous remakes. Previous remakes have been a current-gen game telling the story and in the region of a previous one. This one looks like it's going to be much more one-to-one. I do think the last Pokemon in... If there is a National Dex, the last Pokemon in it... Oh god, I have to go get Whirlpool.
Yes.
God, where is it? Unless, do I have it already?
Yeah, because I didn't know if I had it, but I had it, so I'm not sure where we get it.
Let's have a little look. Get this ৱ𝗏𝐿. I mean, Legends, we know will have some later Pokemon, because two of them are starters. So there will at least be some that came out after Sinnoh.
Oh, of course. That makes my point completely pointless.
But I think just like Sword and Shield. Oh yeah, it's an HM. I was like, why can everyone learn this? I'll give it to Richard because then he can actually use it in battle.
So what I did is I taught Whirlpool to Mamoswine. Obviously can't use it, so I can't learn it naturally, so I can't use it in battle. However, it had Hail on it as well. So I've got to the Pokemon League, went back to Blackthorn City, got Whirlpool taken off, and put Blizzard on, so I can Hail Blizzard 100% accuracy. There you go.
Beautiful.
Tactics, baby.
Yeah, so I expect just like Sword and Shield, Legends Arceus will have a condensed Pokedex. I know you're building the Pokedex, but I mean in terms of the Pokemon that are in it, I think it will be significantly condensed. But I think that makes sense from Open World, and I think people will be more forgiving about it in that game, given that you're building the first Pokedex, and you're open world, you're all of this stuff. I don't know. I was really enjoying the excitement of it, and it just bummed me out to then go online and see the usual Pokemon crowd moaning endlessly, as if Game Freak had just killed their family.
It's like, obviously no game goes unscathed. Cyberpunk. No game goes unscathed. However, they have made it very clear with Sword and Shield that they are now listening to the community and trying to give what they can to the best of their ability. So give them constructive feedback. Constructive feedback, because you now know they are listening. You know Game Freak is there.
Yeah.
So tell them to fuck off, this game looks shit. Look at Chingling's frame rate. Shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up. It doesn't help.
Like that, yeah, I just think, and in regards to like the art style thing, I realised how, and I think this is partially the fault of, Game Freak of the Pokemon Company for sticking to a formula for so long. But unlike, for instance, Zelda fans, Zelda fans are so open to new art styles because they've had so many.
Yes.
Oh, I really should have been reading that text. I just went into the Dragon's Den, I spoke to the old man, answered his questions. She came in, left. I don't know where to go now. You mentioned Lugia, but I don't have to get Lugia, do I?
You literally just have to leave the Dragon's Den now. That's it.
Oh, okay. Cheers.
Leave the Dragon's Den. Once a player will stop you, then you go talk to Professor Realm, he'll give you the Master Ball, then you sod off to the Victory Road.
Cool. During my grinding, I ran into Entei 5 times and Raikou twice.
Did you...
In the same area.
In the same area? Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you find any shinies?
I did not.
Dang, so...
I mean, full odds all the way back here in Gen 4 are pretty insane.
I got one.
I did that.
I got one. Wait, where are my glasses? I got one.
But yeah, I mean, to summarise it completely, because I know I rambled quite a lot. I'm excited for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Not as much as I was at the idea of the remakes coming out. I will say that what they announced is less exciting to me than what I was imagining. However, they fully made up for that with the announcement of Legends Arceus, which I'm unbelievably hyped for.
Yep, as we said, they really covered their ass with Arceus.
Yeah, I'm curious how catching works. We saw a battle, and we see you throwing Pokeballs kind of in a, like...
the shanks.
Like a shooter.
Into the grass.
Like, you're literally, like, aiming and throwing the Pokeball in real time. So... how do you get between the battle and catching? How's that all going to work? I'm curious. There's a lot to see, and there's obviously a reason they didn't show it to us. I'm glad that in a very short moment, they did show us the, might I say, very good-looking HUD when you're battling.
The HUD looks clean! That move selection screen looks so good.
Yeah, I thought that looks banging. It confirms that we're still getting a turn-based game, because, weirdly enough, the leak that included a bunch of images from a presentation that turned out to be real of Legends Arceus, the leaker said not a turn-based battle system anymore. It's got this weird energy-based system, and showed some screenshots of a very different-looking HUD. So I'm very confused, because the screenshots, for the most part, were then in the trailer. Totally real.
Yeah.
So then why did they say there's no turn-based system? We clearly saw it. And the screenshot that showed this weird other battle system, what's that? I guess that's some other mechanic we'll eventually learn about.
It's a turn on an energy-based system, you say?
That's all he said, yeah. Fighting is an energy system.
Pokemon morale? What could that even be?
Is it like a Is it like a Pokemon Go type thing of little attacks that build up energy to use a bigger attack?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I mean, that wouldn't translate well on console at all.
No, it certainly wouldn't. But then we clearly saw that there are normal battles in this game. So the additional was maybe the leaker not Japanese and or doesn't speak very good Japanese and maybe misunderstood some parts of the real presentation slides he had. I don't know. It's an interesting one. Oh god, is there a rival battle?
A rival battle?
I guess not then. Good. Just
There's
bumped into him going to the Kimono Girls.
Wait, why are you going to the Kimono Girls? You only have to do that if you want to catch Lugia.
Oh god. Well, I've already gone in there now. Can I leave after she's spoken to me, or do I have to battle them all now?
I think she leads you up onto the stage.
Oh, are you ready? No. Cool.
No. Bye. Have a nice
Bye.
Bye. That's also how me and Callum sign off Discord every week.
Tis indeed. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we're at 30 minutes.
We are at 30 minutes.
Well, I'm going to save where I am then.
I'm going to murder this Plusle in cold blood.
Oh.
And then we're going to end this fun-filled episode. There you go, that's saved it.
Nice.
You know, I was messaging Hannah's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to get hyped up to record with Callum. I'm not feeling it this week. But then, sit down to record, it's like, energy just comes to you when you record, man.
It does. I was exactly the same. So I was saying to Sam, if you're not aware right now, Sam's staying with me, moving situation.
Yeah, because his stuff's in my garage.
Yeah, whole issue with them moving house, so he's staying in mine at the moment. And I said to him earlier, I was like, oh, don't say this or anything, but I haven't got the energy today. I can't be fucked, honestly. And I was like, because it was just one of those things. I was like, I was a bit cold. I was laying there. I was lazy. I was like, I'm just not really feeling being in front of a camera. But then you get here, you start it, and you're like, yeah, no, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, completely agree. After I was doing the garden today, me and my housemates, so we spent probably 4 hours doing the garden with a break in between for lunch, and I got in, showered. I had to put my room back together because obviously, like I said, I moved my room around. There was stuff everywhere in boxes. I was like, oh, now got an hour till we've got to record. You sit down and the energy just comes, and we hope that translates to the 3rd episode. Callum said goodbye to the people.
Goodbye.
Good.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's your episode, so.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna cut it there.